Tonight on Fox Soccer Channel. This evening, the Chicago Storm in town to battle the hometown Baltimore Blast. Chicago just a game out of first place. Baltimore 2.5 behind. I'm Al Pulowski. Welcome inside here tonight as we get ready for indoor soccer this evening on Fox Soccer Channel. The fireworks going off in the background as these fans get ready for what should be a good ball game here tonight. First, let's take a look at the Baltimore Blast, a team that is really made up of streaks. They won the first 5 games of the year, lost their next 5 and 7 of 8, and now have won their last 3. One of the keys for the Blast is they're finally back healthy. Some of their key players, Adonto Neto, considered the best offensive player in the game. He's healthy once again. And now with more on the Baltimore Blast, and one of their leading scorers who was out for a while a couple of seasons ago, but he's back in uniform and he's going well this year, Denison Cabral. Here's my partner, Keith Mills.
And with me, veteran forward Denison Cabral, synonymous with the success of the Baltimore Blast. And Denny, you play a Chicago team tonight that's in front of you in the standings. Enough motivation right there, huh?
It's always nice to, to challenge ourselves, especially playing well right now to face the first place team, see where we're at. We played a great game against Milwaukee, great win, and hopefully we can repeat the same kind of a game, good intensity. Played a good defense, and hopefully we can come up to win tonight.
Yeah, you've won 3 in a row. You're making a run here as you usually do in mid-season. Looking tonight, I guess, to just keep that momentum going, huh?
Yes, just like Coach Kelly keeps telling us during the week, we just have to keep playing a hard defense, everybody behind the ball, and play an intense game and make people come in to our building and start respecting this.
Always so tough at home, Denison Cabral. Al, 819 career points, certainly looking to add to that total tonight. Back to you.
All right, Keith, and when you talk about the visiting Chicago Storm and you take a look at them and what they've done this year, it's an interesting ball club, too. They started off the season very, very hot. They won 7 of their first 8 games, but they've only won 4 of their last 9. Now, Mark Ugi was listed as doubtful for tonight's game. He's going to be out again, one of the premier target players in the league. One of their positives, though, they have 2 #1 goalkeepers, basically, in Jim Larkin and Jeff Ritchie. Another of their positives, Matt Stewart, who's off to a great start this year, and Keith Mills is with Matt right now.
And with me is Matthew Stewart of the Chicago Storm. Matthew, anytime you play the Blast, it's a big game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Baltimore is a really good team. I think we match up well against Baltimore. Their midfielders, our midfielders, their forwards, our forwards as well. So we know some of their guys we got to mark tight on and deny them the ball.
You guys have played. You started off winning 7 out of 8. You were blistering. Came back down to earth a little bit. What do you have to do now as you approach the stretch run?
I think, we just need to keep possession of the ball and keep the game moving. As long as there's a flow to the game, and we keep moving the ball forward and finish our chances, obviously, I think we'll do really well.
You make it sound so simple.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not at all.
It's been simple for you. Matthew is the leading scorer out of the Chicago Storm. Back to you.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. He'll be back up here in the booth to join me as we get set for kickoff for tonight's game. That's coming up next. The Chicago Storm here in Baltimore to take on the Blast. It's the Fox Soccer Channel MISL Game of the Week, and it's next, right here.
Success the last 3 games, pressuring the ball and getting out in transition, particularly number 23, Michelle Millwood, who's pressuring Jeff Ritchie right there.
Branko Savic now has some space. Over to Carlos Chili Farias. Got a warm boo when he was introduced tonight.
Very warm boo.
He, of course, formerly with the Blast.
Had a tremendous season the year they won their 2nd championship back in 2003-2004.
Now Baltimore gets possession just over a minute in. Scoreless here tonight. First Mariner Arena, Baltimore, Chicago. The MISL Game of the Week.
Blast worried tonight a lot about Matthew Stewart, the outstanding kind of point man, if you will, for this Chicago Storm team. Very, very good player.
There's Neto getting free for a moment. Neto, score! Ritchie had 2 hands on it, couldn't stop it, and the Baltimore Blast take a 2-0 lead with one of the premier scorers in the game. He's just been injured, Keith, the last couple of years, but when Neto is healthy, he's as dangerous as they come.
No question now. He was the MVP of the league 2 years ago when he was healthy, and his return to the lineup has kind of revitalized this team. It's re-energized them. He is an all-league player, And you just saw why right there. I think Jeff Ritchie was screened. We'll take another look at it. I think he was screened by his defenders, but obviously could not get enough on the ball.
Here it is again. Neto working with Garcia.
I think Carlos Garcia actually misplayed that, and it ended up being to the Blast benefit, as you see the carom right off Ritchie's hands.
Well, not playing target. Salenza with the blast. Jeff Ritchie able to gobble that one up, and Jeff Ritchie is one of the fine young keepers in this league, really coming into his own, so it's surprising that that ball got through him as it did.
Very surprising. Not a whole lot of pace on that shot. Neto really didn't get his entire body behind it, but just enough, obviously, and it was interesting to see Salenza go low as well on Ritchie in that last exchange. We'll see how they work it. There's another steal.
Salenza with a tap-in. 4-0 Blast. Coming into tonight's game, Ritchie had a 7.9 points against average. That's the top of the MISL leaderboard. And already he's given up 4 points, and we haven't played 3 minutes.
Giuliano Salenza, a local product from Archbishop Curley High School in Baltimore and the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, has been bothered by a bad foot throughout the season, and he is just rounding into shape. And if they can get this young guy back 100%, look out. Just a miscue by Ritchie, tried to clear it with his feet. Salenza
Puts it out of play, but they'll say it was deflected by Garcia, so Chicago with the kick in.
We saw Fabinho there matched up a little bit with Michelle Millwood. That could be a great matchup tonight because Millwood is playing some fantastic soccer for the Blast. Look out.
Second with a great outlet, Salenza, shot, score! 6-0 Baltimore, second goal in a row for Giuliano Salenza.
Number 4 came in with just 3 goals on the year. He's already scored 2. Again, he has been bothered by the bad ankle. Tonight he's playing in his 198th career game, 2 shy of 200. He has been rock solid for this franchise. You see the tail end of that play again. He gets behind the defense, and Jeff Ritchie, not much he could do on that play.
No, great outlet too from Sagu, and you look for that in a keeper, especially in the indoor game. You've got to be able to throw.
Absolutely. The question on a pass like that, Al, is would it be a 3-line pass? But perfect touch on it. And again, Salenza, you see him there with David Bascombe on his right.
He can do a lot passing the ball, and there again sends it in the box, and it's kicked out by Nelson, and now they're going to give a restart from the top of the arc for Chicago. Normally on a deflection like that, it comes from where it went out.
Dana Kelly is questioning the call, but it will be from the top of the arc. Good chance here for Chicago, down 6-0. Chili Farias will trigger the restart.
Very dangerous, sends it in, score! Stephen Armstrong from the right wing, and Chicago's on the board. And the MISL Rookie of the Year from last year on the restart makes it 6-2.
Huge goal by the Chicago Storm. Chili Farias did not waste any time in restarting this. The officials whistled it, quick left foot, and man, Armstrong comes in with a rocket upper left-hand corner that Sagu just had absolutely no chance. Number 16, as you mentioned now, great first year in the MISL, and he is backing it up with another solid second season.
Yeah, and he's, of course, played outdoors, Stephen Armstrong, so but he qualified for the MISL Rookie of the Year, and of course you had to give it to him with the season he had last year. Now he's got 30 points, third on the team in scoring. Chili Farias, his 10th assist. Chicago now with a little pressure here. So the Storm, now the first 5 minutes of the game, perhaps sleepwalking, but now they're back in this one.
Yeah, Matthew Stewart was saying before the game, as Sagu has to come out here, a little sloppy ball handling by the Blast. They had some plane problems this morning. Their flight got canceled coming into Baltimore because of some plane mechanical problems, and they finally made it in this afternoon. And you might be right, it might take a little time for the kind of work the legs out a little bit here tonight, but they're back in this game, no question about it.
John Ball was looking for Chili on the entry pass. It's broken up. And now Salenza. Slow it down with 1:25 to go in the first. 6-2 Baltimore. Spears will send it back to Sagu. And how much has Baltimore capitalized in some of the dispersal drafts over the years? They can take guys like Sagu from Cleveland. You get Neto and Aristodemo, all key players. David Bascombe from the Harrisburg Heat. all key players in their championship runs, and even to this day, key players on this team.
Yeah, between the locally developed players they've had, like Salenza, Nelson, Wakefield, and those players, it's been the backbone of this team for the last 7-8 years, no question about it.
That's some very, very wise picks in their drafts. And speaking of college draft, we'll talk with Danny Kelly a bit later here on the broadcast about the Blast's first college draft of this year, and 4 draft picks in a territorial round, so it'll be interesting to hear their side on that.
Yeah, interesting. The first pick was a young guy named Patrick Healy, who is the son of Kevin Healy, the Blast general manager, who is also drafted by the Kansas City Wizards of the MLS, and he is actually training with them as we speak. So I think Kevin deep down would rather his son play in the MLS instead of here, but we'll see how that unfolds. But big honor for the Healy family.
Absolutely. And when your dad's the general manager, it makes it, hey, yeah, maybe I could play in the indoor game.
Certainly doesn't hurt.
It's John Ball trying to pass it ahead, stolen by Billy Nelson. Zaga in front, sends it across. Billy Nelson.
Yeah, Lucio Gonzaga, a great story, one of 4 Brazilian players brought in at the start of the year. He was one of the 2 that has actually made the team, and he has added a lot of life to this offense.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Richie clears it away for Reyesville Trap. Needs help, though. Finds Ball. 5 seconds in the quarter. Now Stewart and Chicago will just run out the clock here in the first 15 minutes. Are in the books. Baltimore has a 6-2 lead. Goals from Neto, Salenza twice. And then Armstrong for Chicago has made this one a somewhat high scoring first quarter. 6-2 the score. We'll be back with second quarter action after this. Blast in the lead by 4. It's the MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. For the field player, it would be 3. So now Chicago with the kick from the center of the Baltimore yellow line. 26 seconds into quarter number 2.
A few feet from outside the arc, but this is the same kind of spot where the Storm scored the last goal.
Score! 3-pointer! Stephen Armstrong! 6-5. Baltimore's lead down to 1. Sagu, Keith, I don't think you saw the ball.
Well, if he did, he certainly didn't react to it because he did not move. Here it is again, left foot around the wall. Lower left-hand corner, and Sagu does not move a muscle. You see him gesturing with his left hand right there, I assume, to his defense, like, fellas, what happened? It is now a 1-point
for him, but Richie will instead go the near route. And
it's a man
will come out of the back.
Man wide open and a little late.
Chris Grissom with pressure on the ball. Lookingland, a good slide back to Sagu, and Mike Lookingland, another nice young defender for Baltimore. It seems every year or 2 you're always talking about the next great defender. This could be Lookingland. How about that ball to Garcia from Neto?
Backheel from Neto.
Cabral, score! 3-pointer! Richie tried to pin it against the glass. He could not. And Baltimore is back up by 4, 9-5.
Al, as you know, Denison Cabral missed 2 entire seasons with torn ACLs. And the last 2 or 3 weeks, he looks like the Denison Cabral of old. He has a lot of bounce in his step, and he certainly has a lot of life left in that left foot, because that shot right there was an absolute rocket off the pass. And I mean, this had some pace to it. Garcia posting up, drops it back off the boards, and the left foot is a shot by Denison Cabral.
So Denison Cabral with his first goal tonight, his first 3-pointer of the season. Now Cabral with 30 seconds to go in the half. 9-5 Baltimore. Stay tuned at halftime as Keith Mills will talk to Danny Kelly about Baltimore's draft picks this past Tuesday in the MISL Amateur Draft. Billy Nelson a seal off there. Salenza lost the ball. Now Nelson. 8 seconds to go in the half. For Garcia, didn't mean to do it, but sent it right to Millwood. Now John Ball broke up what would have been a 3-on-1. 2 seconds, 1. Ball will have to hurry, won't get it off. As Farias pops it up and out. Wouldn't have counted anyway. And it's 9-5 Baltimore as we've reached halftime here at First Mariner Arena. And we will take a timeout, come back with an interview down on the field. And then, of course, we'll have Danny Kelly for you. So it's halftime here in Baltimore. Come on back. We'll be right back with a interview for you after this. Welcome back to First Mariner Arena, the Chicago Storm, the Baltimore Blast, 9-5. Baltimore has the lead. Steve Morris, the head coach from Chicago, joining us now. Steve, rough start to the ball game, down 6-0, but how about Stephen Armstrong bringing your team back there with a couple of goals, and how about that three-pointer by Armstrong?
Yeah, big goal. Obviously pulled us back a little bit and got us a little closer. I believe it brought it to 6-5. We gave away kind of a soft three-pointer, I thought, to Cabral, hitting off the glass and hitting the back of Jeff and going in, but you know, obviously a shocking start for us to come out like that in the first 4 minutes, give up 6 points, 3 easy goals, I thought. Not as much of them breaking us down, but more of us making mental mistakes, physical mistakes, and them capitalizing. You know, obviously credit to them for scoring the goals, but certainly wasn't happy with the play in the first 4 minutes.
Steve, what adjustments did you make at the halftime break?
Well, you know, as I said, we lost the first quarter 6-2. Came back in the second, and at least it was a 3-3. Our goal is to hopefully come out, win the third quarter, and then we make a game and see what we can pull out in the fourth. But first things first is that we got to defend a lot better. We got to keep the ball a little bit more, possess it, but possess it in more positive fashion. You know, I think we held the ball too much in our own yellow line, back to the keeper, which put us in a hole early in the game. So things were talked about, things we're aware of, but you know, sometimes as a coach you wonder why we do things.
Yeah, sometimes it gets frustrating, doesn't it?
No, certainly.
All right, Steve. Hey, thanks for your time here. Good luck in the second half.
No problem.
Steve Morris joining us here, the head coach for the Chicago Storm. 9-5, his team trails Baltimore. And Keith, this was an interesting first half. As Steve said, those first 5 minutes, Chicago really struggled quite a bit. But since then, Chicago's played pretty well.
I think they played very well. They've dictated tempo. They've really put a lot of pressure on Segu, and we'll see if they listen to head coach Steve Morris. Keep the pressure up.
All right, let's take a look now at the first half stats here tonight. And you can see the Baltimore Blast really getting the better of Chicago with shots on goal. 18-6 right now, so really out shooting them. They led at 10-2 in shots on goal after the first quarter. Segu has only had to make one save thus far, and the rest of the numbers for you, but for those shots on goal. Baltimore came out flying around tonight. They're after their fourth win this evening.
Yeah, fourth win in a row, and they are right back in the thick of the MISL race. And the majority of those shots, Al, were in the first 5-6 minutes of the game where they just peppered Jeff Ritchie. But he stood tall and stood tough, and now he's got his team back in this game.
All right, we're about set to begin third quarter action. So Chicago will start the third quarter with the ball, and Baltimore will see if they can maintain the advantage they've had in the first 30 minutes, never trailing here tonight.
I'm sure Danny Kelly, conversely compared to Steve Morris, says, hey, fellas, let's get back that momentum. Let's get back that edge that we had in the first 5-6 minutes of this game, and maybe in the middle of the second quarter when they really kind of took the attack to the Storm.
Chicago out of it. Soderman with some space. Farias, a chance. Segu, good position. Covers up.
And Billy Nelson may have gotten away with a push in the back. He was kind of pleading his case as the play went on. Got the benefit of a no call there.
There's Wakefield. In front, Cabral, score! 11-5, Baltimore. Dennison says, hey, get involved here. Yeah, his second goal of the night, he's got 5 points.
That's his signature move after a goal, is to climb the glass, wave to the crowd, and pump the fist. And Dennison Cabral is playing like a 22-year-old rookie instead of a 34-year-old veteran. And that was just flat-out hustle, Al. Just flat-out beat my man to the ball.
Cabral, his second goal of the game. Good ball from Wakefield. He'll get the assist. And Baltimore matches their largest lead now. It's 11-5, 10:01 the time of the goal. Dennison Cabral, 39 points on the year. He takes over the team lead. And in his career now, 824.
The head, Al, about Segu reading that pass there. Well done.
Bascom now with an opportunity. Fabinho, a breakup. 3 minutes to play in the third. 11-5 Baltimore.
Pace is picked up on both ends here last couple of minutes. Obviously, Chicago needs to pressure down 6 here with just under 3 minutes.
That early tone set by Baltimore, Keith, of that 6-point lead has so far stood up. That's been the difference in this ballgame. Gonzaga, score! beats Richie low. 13-5 Baltimore, their largest lead now of the night.
Lucio Gonzaga, 27-year-old Brazilian, signed by the Blast earlier in the year. And that time he makes Chicago pay with some good timing. He run around this nice dodge right there and sets himself up. See him little stutter step and then between the wickets of Richie. And Lucio Gonzaga puts the Blast up 13-5.
So Gonzaga with the goal. And it's 13-5 Blast. Unassisted. Comes at the 12:21 mark. And now Chicago really with their work cut out for them. They were down 9-5 at the half. They had it at 6-5 in the second quarter. But Baltimore scored the last 7 points to take an 8-point lead. Now Chris Brisson on a run out. Over to Sigliano. Rosenband. Cabral the steal. Let's clear that one.
Dennison out playing a brilliant game, both ends of the floor. It's been a long time since I've seen him play with that kind of fire on the defensive end. Both ends of the field.
Armstrong, the only Chicago player to score tonight. He has all 5 Storm points. Ball for Rosenband. Savage. There's too many bodies there for that three-pointer. Bennett, though. Try to get it in front. There's the looking line. Boy, he is tough.
He is tough. Right man, right spot, right time. Always seems to make the right play. That time he had to go down to the ground to block the shot. And let me tell you, as young players out there will tell you, that's not easy. That's taking one for the team, no question about it. Took another one right there, Billy Nelson.
Just over a minute left in the third quarter. This one has been controlled by Baltimore most of the way tonight. The Blast lead it by 8, 13-5.
Last minute of play in the quarter.
Chicago's still showing a lot of life on offense. They're putting some pressure on, some good ball movement, attacking Segu. This game far from over tonight. Far from over.
With a good shot, Segu, a great save. His best of the night thus far is Todd. Gets it away to Aristodemo. He tries to clear. Goes off the official. Loose ball. Whistle and a foul on Chicago. It's either on Ball or Armstrong.
Both
now
pleading their
player
case.
Down. Let's see.
You see Michael Todd just rip between both players. Ball says,
Todd's
where's
down.
the foul?
Yeah.
And he has a point.
Yeah, Todd caused the contact there. And he's the one down, so he'll get some attention from the trainer, Randy Toth. 34.1 seconds to go in the quarter, 13-5. John right now saying, but come on, he ran into me.
Like, what are you talking about?
7-9-4-9.
Michael Todd barking back at the Chicago players. Todd is, I don't know if he's got a case or not, but he's certainly playing hard. You see him walk over to Randy Soderman. But John Ball, he's been in many a scrum like that in his 13-year career, but I doubt if he's ever been one with Michael Todd since it's the first time the Blast and Storm have played this year.
Well, in Baltimore right now, getting the best of Chicago is Farias. Backs that one out of play. Blast will do it again. P.J. Wakefield says, let me have a try.
Yeah, P.J. a little better ball handler than Pierce.
Well, simple pass back to the keeper.
That's exactly right.
Soren Karich would always say that to his young players when he played with them in Cleveland. He says, make the simple pass. You don't always have to try to make the great pass.
Make the easy play. Sometimes it's the best. Look at that restart.
Fabinho got the foul. Richie gets the ricochet.
How smart was that?
Farias tripped in midfield. Robbie Aristodemo, not a severe one, but just enough to slow him down.
Boy, nice play by Richie. Read the Karen perfectly and triggered the fast break, which is key this restart here.
Just seconds left now in the third. Chicago trailing by 8. They've never led tonight. Soderman, 5 seconds. Trying to get open. Millwood, the steal. And that'll be it for 45 minutes of indoor soccer here tonight on the Fox Soccer Channel MISL Game of the Week. All Baltimore at First Mariner Arena this evening. So far, they've led it by 8. Storm need a big fourth quarter to get back into this one. Will they get it? We'll find out next. Stewart now. Soderman. Bennett was in front. Aristodemo the block. Lookingland wants to get a chance. There it goes. Aristodemo's going to get there and tap it in unless it goes in anyway. It's in. Three-pointer for Mike Lookingland. And there's the dagger. 16-5, Baltimore by 11.
And now you bring up a great point. Robbie could have knocked that in. It would have been a two-pointer. Instead, not only does he allow his teammate to score the goal unselfishly, but it's another point tacked to the scoreboard, and that should just about do it with 3 minutes left. A shorthanded goal with 20 seconds left on the power play. Mike Lookingland, the young guy from Bucknell University via Loyola High School in Baltimore, and he is on his way to an excellent indoor career, no doubt about it.
His first. Baltimore to play keep away now. Kicking for Baltimore, 1:42 left, 16-5 last. Stay tuned. Following this one, we'll have a post-game interview and stats for you. Wakefield in front for Aristodemo. John Paul, dangerous back pass. Aristodemo steals. Wakefield trying to get it out. Now Nelson and Lookingland. Wakefield in the corner. Sends it in. Aristodemo. Score. 18-5 Blast. Now a 13-point lead with 1:21 left. 13:39 the time of that goal for Robbie Aristodemo, one of the hardest working midfielders in the game. Does it against the 6th attacker. And Aristodemo has his 4th two-point goal of the year, his 6th overall, and Robbie now with 22 points on the year. And Jeff Ritchie back in as Steve Morris now officially waves the white flag with 1:20 to go. 18-5 Blast.
Scored by number 20, Robbie Aristodemo.
That one goes out of play off Bennett. Well, one official said Baltimore ball, the other said Chicago ball. And they'll go with Kia DePagna's call of Chicago's ball. By the way, P.J. Wakefield will get the assist on that last Baltimore goal. Rosenband with the ball there. Now 1 minute left. Bennett. Well, Bennett keeps the ball alive. Ball wide. Nelson pops it up. Segu almost kicked his teammate Wakefield. Try to knock that out of trouble. Rosenband's down. Foul there on P.J. Wakefield. It's his first personal foul. 39.9 seconds to go as we look at it again. 18-5 Blast. 1 point, it was 6-5 at Baltimore the last 12 in a row, and it ends there. Stephen Armstrong, a 2-point goal, and he has the hat trick as he's been the only Storm player to notch the scoring tally here tonight. 18-7. That one comes at the 14:21 mark. And Stephen Armstrong, in a losing effort, is the game's high scorer. He has 7 points.
Stephen Armstrong unassisted.
It's unassisted at 14:21. And Armstrong with 7 points tonight now has 35 on the year, moves him up to second place on the team behind Matthew Stewart. So Stephen Armstrong to make it 18-8. They gave him a 3-point goal. He has 8 points tonight. Originally, Kia DePagna put 2 fingers down for 2 points. At least that's what I thought, but they'll give him 3. So 18-8, and Armstrong with all 8 Chicago points tonight. 30 seconds left. Ritchie for Bennett, past him, Nelson. Will get there for the Blast. Sagu to grab it. Closing moments of the ball game. Baltimore about to win their 4th in a row. Five seconds. Ball for Bennett. 1 second. That's it. Game over. Final score. Baltimore 18, Chicago 8. With the win, Baltimore improves to 10-7 on the year. They've won their 4th straight. They will also move to within 2 games of first place. Chicago falls a game and a half behind Detroit, the league leader, as they are now 11-7 on the year. Time now for the final stats in tonight's game. Baltimore Blast, they led after 1 quarter in the shots on goal category 10-2, and they maintained that 8-shot lead throughout. Baltimore 27 shots, Chicago 19 tonight. Ritchie had 12 saves to Sagu's 5. Block shots almost even, fouls almost even. And Baltimore a winner tonight, 18-8. The final score. So Baltimore a winner tonight, 18-8 over Chicago. Let's head down to the field now. Keith Mills as Dennison Cabral.
And with me, Dennison Cabral, the game MVP. And Denny, you're 34. You look like you're 24 tonight. It's been a long time since I've seen you go end to end like you did tonight.
It feels good to win like this. I got a couple other chances I didn't finish, but I'd like to congratulate our defense. The way we played, defense the whole game, it made it really tough on Chicago to beat us.
Yeah, you guys came out with such a great start. You scored 6 straight points, but you ended the game the way you started. I know you have to be happy about that.
Yeah, it was a great result. Like I said, it was before. We played against Milwaukee, a great team. We beat them here at home, and now playing the first place team in Chicago. So we start earning some respect in the league now. But it's a long. We have a lot of games left, so we want to continue and keep working hard and just bring back again tomorrow night against Orlando.
Yeah, 4 in a row. You've started something now. I guess you got to continue to keep that momentum going, huh?
Every game is tough. It doesn't matter. Orlando's coming back now, getting better. We just have to step up and play the same way. Again, good defense. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, Dennison Cabral, Al, back to you.
That'll about wrap it up from First Mariner Arena in downtown Baltimore. So folks, to thank tonight our great crew here in Baltimore for a job well done. Mike Sandeman, our director, producer. Keith Mills, my partner. I'm Al Pulowski. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Again, the final, Baltimore 18, Chicago 8. Until next time, have a good one.